Welcome to Using Excel Part 2, Creating a Histogram from a Bar Chart. The learning objectives for this lesson is students will be able to create a bar chart, and students will be able to make a histogram from a bar chart. First, open Excel. For this example, we will be using student heights. This particular data set is very large. If you click on the very top cell, click on Control down arrow, it will go to the very last data point. And you see that there are more than 8,000 data points. We need to classify our data into classes. Excel calls these bins. But how big are our bins? So first we need to choose data, data analysis, and descriptive statistics. Click on the input range, click on the very top cell, Shift Control down arrow, and it will select all of the data. But because we chose the label as well, we need to click on this box that says labels are in the first row. We also need to click on where it says Summary Statistics. And we need to tell Excel where we want our output. So for this particular case, I'm going to choose an empty cell, F1, and push OK. Excel gives us both the minimum and maximum values. For this example, I'm going to start with 135 and then go by tens. 145, 155, 165, 175, 185, 195, 205, and 215. Now we can make our histogram. So we go back up to the ribbon where it says Data and choose Data Analysis, Histogram, and push OK. Again, it wants to know where the input is. So we choose the top cell, A1, Shift Control down arrow to select all of the data. Excel also wants to know where the bins are. So we will choose the top of the data, where the bins are, or classes. Control Shift down arrow to select all of them. It also wants to know where do you want your output. So again, I'm going to choose an empty cell. I also need to tell it that I want a chart output. And don't forget to click on where it says labels, so it includes the labels. And very quickly you can see we now have a histogram. The histogram needs to be cleaned up a little bit. First of all, it's too small. So let's click on the histogram and you'll notice the white bubbles that appear when you click on it. You can put your cursor on any one of those bubbles, push your left mouse button down, and drag and increase the size to any size you would like. Next, we have a legend that we don't need. If you click on it and push delete, it will disappear. We also have the word more on our graph that we do not need. To get rid of this, go over to where you see the data. The data is highlighted. If you put your cursor on the bottom where it turns into a diagonal with an arrow on either end, hold down your left mouse button and push up, it will get rid of that more, so it disappears off of your histogram. Next, the bars must touch in a histogram. So if we right click on any of the bars, choose Format Data Series, we get a dialog box. First, we need to change the gap width to 0 so the bars are touching. Now let's add some interest to our histogram. We click on the bucket, and where it says fill, we have several choices. We can fill it with solid colors, a gradient, a picture or texture, a pattern, or we can vary colors by point. Next, we can actually create a 3D look by choosing this. I'm going to put a shadow on it, so I need to choose the color of my shadow, which is black. And then I'm going to use one of the presets. And now you can see that the bars pop out. Another thing that's important to do on your histogram is to make sure that you have some sort of description when it goes to print. So if you go to page layout, and if you go to the little box with the arrow on it, click on it, opens another dialog box. Go to header, footer, choose custom header or custom footer, in this case custom footer, and then make an observation about the data. The data appears to have a normal distribution. Then you can go to print preview and see what it would look like when you print it out. And as you can see, it says the data appears to have a normal distribution. I encourage you to try different types of graphs. Remember, you can change the title or the frequency just by clicking on them and typing in the formula bar. I'm typing in student heights in centimeters. And now I have a new title. You can also change the look of the font by just clicking on Home and choosing a different font. And you can change the color of the font if you like. So I encourage you to try different styles, different colors, and even different fonts. And thank you for joining me in this lesson today.